Dreaming of owning a sprawling mansion without selling your soul? In 2025, some U.S. states are practically giving away massive homes for prices that'll make your jaw drop. Forget million-dollar price tags. These markets are buyer's paradise, with grand estates going for pennies compared to coastal hotspots. Curious where you can score a mansion for less than a used car? Stick around as we count down the top 10 U.S. states where you can live like royalty on a budget. Let's dive in. 10. West Virginia, Clarksburg. Picture yourself sipping coffee on the porch of a Victorian mansion surrounded by rolling Appalachian hills, with change left over for a fancy espresso machine. Welcome to Clarksburg, West Virginia, where grand homes are cheaper than a down payment in California. In 2025, Clarksburg's housing market is a hidden gem, with median home prices hovering around $140,000, according to Zillow. But here's the kicker. You can snag a 5,000-square-foot, 5-bedroom historic mansion for as low as $200,000, sometimes less if you're willing to polish up a fixer-upper. Why so cheap? West Virginia's economy leans on coal and manufacturing, but job growth has slowed, keeping housing demand low. The state's population has dipped by 0.3% annually per U.S. Census data, meaning sellers are eager to move properties. Plus, Clarksburg's cost of living is 20% below the national average, so your dollars stretch further. Property taxes, a steal at 0.59%, meaning a $200,000 mansion costs you just $1,180 a year in taxes. Compare that to New Jersey's 2.49% rate, and you're saving thousands. These mansions often come with charm. Think hardwood floors, stained glass windows, and wraparound porches. Clarksburg's small-town vibe, with 16,000 residents, offers community festivals and access to outdoor gems like Waters Smith Memorial State Park. Sure, you're not in a bustling metropolis, but with high-speed internet rolling out statewide, remote workers can live large without breaking the bank. Clarksburg's mansions are proof you don't need millions to live like a king, just a knack for spotting a deal. 9. Ohio, Youngstown. Youngstown, Ohio, is like that cool uncle who's got a massive house and a fridge full of stories. Once a steel industry titan, this Rust Belt city is now dishing out palatial homes for prices that'll make you double-check your bank account. In 2025, Youngstown's median home price sits at $130,000 per Realtor.com, but you can grab a 6-bedroom, 4,000-square-foot mansion, complete with chandeliers and a butler's pantry, for under $180,000. That's less than a studio condo in Miami. The secret? Youngstown's population has shrunk from 140,000 in the 1970s to 60,000 today, leaving a surplus of grand homes from its industrial heyday. With steel mills closing, job growth lags, and inventory is up 25% year over year, sellers are slashing prices. A recent Redfin report shows homes here sell after 60 days on average, compared to 30 in hotter markets. Property taxes are reasonable at 1.36%, so a $180,000 mansion costs about $2,448 annually. Youngstown's mansions often boast early 20th century craftsmanship. Think oak paneling and marble fireplaces. The city's reviving downtown, with breweries and the Youngstown State University campus, adds a youthful buzz. Plus, you're an hour from Pittsburgh or Cleveland for big city escapes. Sure, winters are chilly, dipping to 20-degree F. But with a mansion this cheap, you can afford a top-notch heating system. Youngstown's a diamond in the rough for anyone craving space and history on a budget. 8. Mississippi, Natchez. Ever dreamed of living in a southern plantation-style mansion with columns so grand they'd make Scarlett O'Hara jealous? Natchez, Mississippi is your ticket to antebellum elegance at fire sale prices. In 2025, Natchez's median home price is just $150,000 per Zillow, But you can score a 7,000 square foot, 6-bedroom historic estate for $250,000 or less. That's pennies compared to a $2 million starter home in San Francisco. Natchez' housing market is soft due to its small population, 14,000, and reliance on tourism and agriculture. The city's seen a 1% population decline since 2020, per census data, leaving more homes than buyers. Inventory is up 30% from 2024, and homes linger on the market for 80 days per Redfin. Property taxes are dirt cheap at 0.67%, so your $250,000 mansion costs just $1,675 a year in taxes. Add Mississippi's low cost of living, 15% below the national average, and you're living large without emptying your wallet. These mansions are dripping with charm. Think 12-foot ceilings, crystal chandeliers, and sprawling gardens. Natchez, perched on the Mississippi River, is famous for its historic homes, with over 1,000 pre-Civil War structures. The annual Natchez pilgrimage tours draw visitors, but you'll be the one living the dream. Summers hit 90 degrees, but with a mansion's wraparound porch and a glass of sweet tea, you'll be just fine. Natchez is where Southern hospitality meets unbeatable deals. 7. Alabama. Selma. Selma, Alabama, where historic grandeur meets jaw-dropping affordability in 2025. According to Zillow, Selma's median home price is a mere $120,000, but you can snag a 5,500 square foot 5-bedroom mansion, complete with ionic columns and a grand staircase, for under $190,000. That's less than a 1-bedroom condo in Seattle. Why the steal? Selma's population has dwindled from 30,000 in the 1960s to 17,000 today, per U.S. Census data, due to economic shifts away from agriculture and manufacturing. This has left a surplus of historic homes from the city's cotton boom era. Inventory is up 28% year over year, and homes sit on the market for 75 days, per Redfin, pushing sellers to slash prices. Alabama's property tax rate is one of the lowest in the U.S. at 0.41%. So a $190,000 mansion costs just $779 annually in taxes. Add a cost of living 22% below the national average, and you're living like a Southern aristocrat on a shoestring budget. Selma's mansions are architectural treasures, boasting 14-foot ceilings, original crown molding, and sprawling verandas. The city's historic district, famous for its role in the civil rights movement, offers a sense of living history. You're just a short drive from Montgomery for urban amenities, and the Alabama River provides scenic kayaking. Sure, summers hit 92 degrees, but with a mansion's shaded porch and a pitcher of lemonade, you'll feel right at home. Selma's where you trade big bucks for big charm. 6. Arkansas. Pine Bluff. Ever fantasized about owning a massive colonial-style mansion with enough room for a ballroom dance party? Pine Bluff, Arkansas is serving up that dream for less than the cost of a new pickup truck. In 2025, Pine Bluff's median home price is just $110,000 per Realtor.com. But you can score a 6,000 square foot, 6-bedroom estate, think wraparound balconies and oak-paneled libraries, for as low as $175,000. That's cheaper than a parking spot in Manhattan. What's the deal? Pine Bluff's population has dropped 20% since 2000 to 41,000 per census data, as paper mills and agriculture jobs have declined. This oversupply of homes, coupled with a 35% jump in inventory since 2024, means sellers are practically begging for buyers. Homes linger for 85 days on average, per Redfin. Arkansas's property tax rate is a budget-friendly 0.62%, so your $175,000 mansion costs $1,085 a year in taxes. With a cost of living 25% below the national average, your wallet will thank you. These mansions are showstoppers, with features like stained glass windows, double-sided fireplaces, and sprawling lawns. Pine Bluff, on the Arkansas River, offers small-town vibes with community festivals and access to Delta River's Nature Center for outdoor fun. You're 45 minutes from Little Rock for city escapes. Winters are mild, averaging 40 degrees, making year-round porch sitting a reality. Pine Bluff's mansions are proof you can live large in the South without a large bank account. 5. Michigan, Saginaw. Picture yourself hosting epic game nights in a Gothic revival mansion with turrets and arched windows that scream, "I've made it!" All for less than a mid-range sedan. Saginaw, Michigan is where 2025's mansion dreams come true on a dime. According to Zillow, Saginaw's median home price is $135,000, but you can nab a 5,000 square foot, 7-bedroom historic beauty for $210,000 or less. That's a fraction of a starter home in Los Angeles. Why so affordable? Saginaw's population has fallen from 70,000 in the 1980s to 44,000 today, per census data, as manufacturing jobs, particularly in the auto industry, have dwindled. Inventory is up 30% from 2024, with homes sitting for 70 days, per Redfin, forcing sellers to drop prices. Michigan's property tax rate is 1.54%, higher than some states, but a $210,000 mansion still costs only $3,234 annually in taxes. Saginaw's cost of living is 18% below the national average, so you're saving big on everything from groceries to utilities. Saginaw's mansions, built during its lumber and industrial boom, feature hand-carved woodwork, leaded glass, and grand foyers. The city's revitalizing downtown, with breweries and the Saginaw River waterfront, adds modern flair. You're an hour from Lake Huron for beach days, and winters, while cold at 25 degrees, are perfect for cozying up by a mansion's fireplace. Saginaw's where you get old-world opulence at new-world prices. 4. Missouri, Joplin. Ever dreamed of throwing lavish dinner parties in a mansion that looks like it belongs in a Gilded Age novel with chandeliers twinkling brighter than your future? Joplin, Missouri is dishing out that fantasy for less than the price of a fancy vacation. In 2025, Joplin's median home price is just $145,000 per Zillow. But you can snag a 5,500 square foot, 6-bedroom Victorian masterpiece for around $220,000. That's cheaper than a 1-bedroom apartment in Chicago. What's behind the bargain? Joplin's population of 51,000 has remained stagnant, per U.S. Census data, as manufacturing and retail jobs have slowed. The housing market is soft, with inventory up 27% year over year and homes lingering for 65 days, according to Redfin. Sellers are slashing prices to attract buyers, making it a goldmine for mansion hunters. Missouri's property tax rate is a modest 0.91%, so a $220,000 mansion costs just $2,002 annually in taxes. With a cost of living 17% below the national average, you're living like a tycoon without the tycoon budget. Joplin's mansions are architectural stunners, boasting wraparound porches, stained glass windows, and intricate woodwork from the city's mining boom days. The historic district is a treasure trove of charm, and downtown Joplin's breweries and art galleries add a modern twist. You're a short drive from the Ozarks for hiking and fishing, and summers average a comfy 85 degrees. Winters dip to 30 degrees, but with a mansion's cozy fireplaces, you'll be toasty. Joplin's where you trade big city prices for small-town grandeur. 3. Indiana, Muncie. Picture yourself sipping sweet tea in a sprawling Queen Anne mansion with turrets so grand they'd make a Disney princess jealous, all for less than a new minivan. Welcome to Muncie, Indiana, where 2025 is serving up palatial homes at prices that'll have you pinching yourself. According to Realtor.com, Muncie's median home price is $130,000, but you can score a 6,000 square foot, 5-bedroom historic estate for as low as $200,000. That's less than a parking space in San Francisco. Why the steal? Muncie's population has dropped from 80,000 in the 1970s to 65,000 today, per census data, as manufacturing jobs have waned. This oversupply of homes, combined with a 32% jump in inventory since 2024, means sellers are practically rolling out the red carpet for buyers. Homes sit on the market for 70 days, per Redfin, pushing prices down. Indiana's property tax rate is 0.81%, so a $200,000 mansion costs just $1,620 a year in taxes. With a cost of living 20% below the national average, your bank account will be as happy as you are. Muncie's mansions are dripping with old-world charm. Think 12-foot ceilings, hand-carved banisters, and clawfoot tubs. The city, home to Ball State University, has a vibrant college town vibe with coffee shops and cultural festivals. You're an hour from Indianapolis for big city fun, and the White River offers scenic kayaking. Winters hit 25 degrees, but summers are balmy at 80 degrees, perfect for backyard barbecues in your mansion's sprawling garden. Muncie's proof you don't need a fortune to live like you've got one. 2. Oklahoma, Muskogee. Imagine hosting epic movie nights in a colonial revival mansion with a grand staircase that screams Hollywood blockbuster and still having cash left for a popcorn machine. Muskogee, Oklahoma is where mansion dreams meet wallet-friendly reality in 2025. Per Zillow, Muskogee's median home price is $125,000, but you can nab a 5,000 square foot, 6-bedroom estate complete with a wraparound veranda and oak-paneled study, for under $195,000. That's cheaper than a used Tesla. What's the deal? Muskogee's population of 37,000 has declined slightly, per census data, as agriculture and manufacturing jobs have slowed. Inventory is up 35% from 2024, with homes lingering for 80 days, per Redfin, forcing sellers to drop prices. Oklahoma's property tax rate is a budget-friendly 0.87%, so a $195,000 mansion costs just $1,697 annually in taxes. With a cost of living 23% below the national average, you're living large without the large price tag. These mansions are showpieces, featuring crystal chandeliers, hardwood floors, and massive windows from Muskogee's oil boom era. The city's historic district is a gem, and local attractions like the Five Civilized Tribes Museum add cultural flair. You're 45 minutes from Tulsa for urban escapes, and the Arkansas River offers fishing and boating. Summers hit 90 degrees, but winters are mild at 40 degrees, making year-round porch sitting a breeze. Muskogee's where you get southern elegance at a fraction of the cost. 1. Louisiana, Monroe. Picture yourself, lounging in a Southern Gothic mansion, with towering columns and a wraparound porch that's begging for a rocking chair and a mint julep, all for less than the cost of a new compact car. Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, the crown jewel of 2025's mansion market, where you can live like a bayou baron without breaking the bank. According to Zillow, Monroe's median home price is a jaw-dropping $115,000, but you can score a 6,500 square foot, 7-bedroom historic estate, complete with a grand ballroom and oak-lined library, for as low as $185,000. That's less than a down payment in Miami. Why the fire sale prices? Monroe's population of 47,000 has shrunk by 10% since 2000, per U.S. Census data, as manufacturing and retail jobs have dwindled. This surplus of homes, combined with a 40% spike in inventory since 2024, means sellers are practically tossing mansions at buyers. Homes sit on the market for 90 days, per Redfin, pushing prices to rock-bottom levels. Louisiana's property tax rate is one of the lowest in the nation at 0.55%, so a $185,000 mansion costs just $1,017 annually in taxes. With a cost of living 24% below the national average, you're living like royalty while keeping your wallet happy. Monroe's mansions are straight out of a history book, featuring 15-foot ceilings, hand-painted frescoes, and sprawling gardens from the city's cotton and oil boom days. Nestled along the Ouachita River, Monroe offers small-town charm with jazz festivals and the Biedenharn Museum, home to the first Coca-Cola bottling plant. You're an hour from Shreveport for city vibes, and the bayous, fishing, and boating are right at your doorstep. Summers hit 93 degrees, but winters are mild at 45 degrees, perfect for enjoying your mansion's shaded veranda. Monroe's where Southern elegance meets unbeatable value, making it our top pick for mansion hunters in 2025. Who knew you could own a mansion bigger than your wildest dreams for less than a used car? From Monroe's Bayou Beauties to Clarksburg's Appalachian Gems, these 10 U.S. states are proving you don't need a Hollywood paycheck to live like a star in 2025. Whether you're craving historic charm, sprawling lawns, or just a whole lot of space, these markets are your ticket to luxury on a budget. But act fast. Deals this good won't last forever. Which state's mansion market has you packing your bags? Drop it in the comments, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe for more real estate gold. See you in your dream home.